So this is day 2 of my mini cut. So I'm gonna do my progress pictures. Now I took some when I first had Thomas in the same angle. I think I was like over there, but for the sake of video, I'm not putting my posing suit on. I'm just gonna do progress pictures like this. So this is kind of where I'm starting. I'm not mad. I just want to get like a little bit leaner for summer. So, yeah. And like my abs are healed. I never had any separation, but like hitting a front pose is so like a little bit challenging to me. Like it really like it feels like I did 1,000 crunches. So that's on the mini cut. I will talk more about that later. I'm gonna get back to my workout, but I just didn't want to forget to take my photos, and I already drank like 45 ounces of water because it is so hot in the garage. But that's fine. I'm like not worried about that in the pictures. My weight is 123.6, which is kind of where I'm hovering around, like 124.6 to 123.0 is where like my body is happy at this point in like my journey. So yeah, it's not about pounds. It's just like more so me not eating like, you know, how it goes. I still track and I do really good during the day, but then it's like I'm hungry and I'll just start grabbing things that aren't like the healthiest options. And then I've said this like 1,000 times before, but this time I'm actually serious about a mini cut because we went to the beach and I don't know, I guess I felt okay in a bathing suit, but like I knew I could like do better. So this is me doing better.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah.
Breakfast is going down. I have 5 egg whites and some venison in my eggs. I just needed to use it. It was in the freezer. So I cooked that this morning, and Thomas is having some oatmeal that I made him. I just, my kitchen is a mess. I put some oats in my NutriBullet and blended them to make like a baby oatmeal so it wasn't as coarse for him. And I put some yogurt in there. And I made my second coffee for the day. Great combo. I actually really like this extra bold one. I usually get the blue label, which is the original. We got egg whites, and that's the venison I was cooking, and I toast my bread in the air fryer because it's just easier. It is a little bit later. It's 12:30, and I look like a little bit of a mess. Thomas and I went for a walk, and it's like, I don't even know how hot it is. Okay, it feels a lot hotter than 75, but yeah, I think because it's not like that really like that windy. But regardless, we went for a walk. This is a cute shirt that Jug got me last year or something when I was pregnant. Yeah, just wore it today. Whatever. I'm gonna make some chicken. Thomas fell asleep while we were walking, so I put him back in his crib to finish his nap. But I'm just cooking my chicken using a rice cooker. I usually do this when I don't feel like grilling, when it's like too hot out. So I put a little bit of sea salt, and I cook my chicken from frozen because I rarely buy fresh chicken because I don't cook it for like a few days usually. You know what I mean? So I like the rice cooker because you can cook it from frozen and like it's not a big deal. It'll just like cook. It's kind of like a crock pot, but yeah, I have a crock pot. I just don't feel like getting it out. Like the rice cooker is just more accessible in our kitchen, so that is why I use a rice cooker, but it does the same thing. Chicken is going to be cooking in there for a while, and then my little blender out, my hand blender, or not a blender, mixer, yeah, to shred it. If you don't shred your chicken that way, then you are missing out, because it is so easy. I just spray them with a little bit of cooking spray and pop them in at 400 for about 10 minutes. Never really talked about my mini cut. I was thinking about it for a few days, weeks, whatever you want to call it, and like, I don't know, like, blah, 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 giving, you know, a lot of excuses, and I don't necessarily think they're excuses. It's just me being mindful. Like, I'm in a really great place with food, and pregnancy did that for me, and it just made my relationship with food so much better than it was. I think that it has been in years. I don't know if I'm like ready to give that up, where I can just eat intuitively and I'm not like, you know, really hard on myself. I'm not restricting anything. Like, I have, I don't know what that word is. I don't like go off the deep end and binge, but I can have like, you know, Chinese food and whatever, and just, you know, be mindful, very mindful, and listen to my body, but also kind of like know that I need to eat my protein and all that stuff. So I've been going back and forth for a while about it, and I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it. I don't think it's gonna affect my supply in terms of nursing. I am still pumping for Thomas, so it's not necessarily like calories that affect your supply. It's more so like hydration and continuing to pump or nurse on like a consistent schedule. So I'm not too concerned about that, but breastfeeding makes me so freaking hungry. Like, seriously, I eat like 3,000 calories a day, and that's great, and I'm really happy about it. But that was the one thing that scared me about dieting, was reducing my calories, because I just know that I get starving. Like, I probably wake up, I don't know, 6 out of 7 nights of the week and just eat in the middle of the night because I am absolutely starving. So it's been 3 days of mini cutting, and we will just see where it takes me. And I'm not going to like not let myself eat. If it's the end of the day and I'm like absolutely starving, I'm gonna eat. You know, it's not a competition prep or anything like that. So I am gonna give myself grace, but I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna try to get a little bit leaner. And I don't think I have to explain that to anyone, but I think it's more so holding myself accountable, because it's been a while since I have dieted. And when I have dieted in the past, it's been like a lot. It's been extreme. And I was thinking about it the other day that, like, by noon now I eat all the food that I used to eat, you know, 2 years ago when I was prepping. And I don't know. I don't think it's a competition of who can eat the least or who can eat the most, but it's perspective for me that I've been on both sides of it, where I've dieted on like literally 1,000 calories to get, you know, stage lean, and then there's a time that I'm eating 3,000 calories and I look pretty lean and I'm happy with how I feel, and I'm also feeding another human. So it's, you know, if you've dieted, I think you get where I'm coming from. And I'm just keeping it real and honest. So yeah, I don't have a meal plan. I didn't make one for myself, but I do kind of eat the same meals every week and the same foods. So it's just going to be in different amounts and that kind of stuff. Like, I really live off of like eggs. I eat like toast in the morning, chicken, sweet potatoes, white potatoes. Lately I've been really into bananas, which is really weird, but I just have like been living off of bananas. which is why I'm not going to eat rice, this mini cut. As long as I'm eating bananas, I have to pick one for my digestion. And what else do I eat? Steak, like green beans, asparagus, broccoli, tons of fruit like strawberries and pineapple. So I'm really just trying to stick with, and I do eat protein powder in my protein ice cream. So that's like pretty much my main foods, and I'm just going to be eating a little bit less of them and saying no to as many treats as I normally do eat. This might be a great time to update the video. We had a little bit of a family emergency. Nothing too crazy, but I needed to pick my mom up from work. I'm gonna go to Starbucks and like get a coffee and use the bathroom and stuff. But yeah. And I had a yogurt too just now because I was really hungry. Because I like threw down that meal. Seriously, like I ate it in like 2 seconds. I didn't even say what it was. It was 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of sweet potato, then an 80-calorie light and fit Greek yogurt. I gotta say, I do love the summer and it being warm out, but I hate when I'm like all sweaty from the gym and you get in the car and like leather seats, it's just like, oh, like sticking to the seats is one thing, but like when you're sweaty and sticking to the seats, no, just a no-go. Like, now my car is all gross and like I can't put like a shirt on while I'm sweaty and like the shirt sticking to me, that just like creeps me out. It's another day. Great day to be alive. I went to the gym this morning. I mean, I can't really complain about that. And what the game plan is for today, but we're having a yard sale this weekend. So that's exciting. Pretty much everything is done for it. We just have to like wait for the day to get here. We have breakfast here and the dog, we're trying to eat it. I just have 8 egg whites, 2 pieces of toast, and some asparagus. It is under there. And Thomas Bear has some oatmeal with banana and yogurt in it and a strawberry. And we got these new bowls in the mail yesterday. I'm really excited to use them. All right, I'm eating a chocolate covered banana with some peanut butter. If this would ever focus, Thomas is just being a wild man over here. But yeah, this is like my mid-morning snack. I seriously burnt my egg this morning. That is really tragic. I'm just gonna try to like scrape it off and I'll eat it. And for breakfast, Thomas has oatmeal and eggs again. And it's raining. Fun. got home from the gym and I'm making lunch. This is 230 grams of white basmati rice cooked, 4 ounces or 6 ounces of broccoli, 4 ounces of chicken, 3.5 ounces cooked, and 1 egg white with everything but the bagel seasoning. And I'm gonna make like a stir fry, and then I'm making some mac and cheese. Never introed the video. It is Friday, and my mom is off because my grandpa came down, so we have just been hanging out, and my rice is done, sorry. So, you can't really see me. This looks absolutely delicious. Seriously, so good. My mom is off because my grandpa's here, so I'm making them some like snacks to eat. And then I'm gonna add my cheese sauce to that pasta. And yeah, I don't want to like spill it, but I make the cheese from just like a block of cheese. Use whatever you want. You can mix cheeses too, butter and some almond milk, and then salt and pepper to taste, and then just combine it. And there you go. You have your mac and cheese, and you can bake this as well for like a baked mac and cheese. And this will be for the buffalo chicken dip. But I'm gonna dig into my fried rice bowl because it looks good, but it's really hot. So first things first, you need a block of cream cheese, which again mine was frozen because yeah, stuff like this is always just nice to have on hand, and like I freeze it just to keep it, you know, stable for longer. So the block of cream cheese goes into a bowl. I'm just going to beat this until it is smooth. I want it to be fluffy. And then, if you've watched my channel, my videos before, I don't measure anything. I don't know. Just go for it. This smells like barbecue sauce, but I don't know. I'm gonna get a smell test. Definitely a weird hot sauce, so I improvised and I made an Alfredo sauce instead, using that same block of cream cheese. I just did cream cheese, almond milk, Parmesan cheese. You could use mozzarella, Italian cheese, any type of, you know, Italian cheese. You could use the bag Italian. What I meant by Italian cheese is like the bagged Italian cheese mix. Mozzarella, Parmesan, any of that kind of stuff. And a little bit of butter, and just heat it. You stir it to not let the cheese curdle with the milk. And yeah, then you get a beautiful sauce like this. And I'm gonna add some fresh parsley from my garden. Okay, now that my sauce is done, I have just some shredded chicken that I made earlier in the week. And I'm not gonna weigh this because, you know, my mom doesn't need it to be weighed. But I'm gonna take a big amount. This is probably like maybe a pound or two, a pound and a half of cooked chicken. And these freeze amazing to the mac and cheese and this. So, you know, it's always nice to have these things on hand. And yeah, that is an impromptu cooking with Shelby.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. chase the leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on
Thomas Bear.